there, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been a long time, welcome back. So if you're new to this channel, this is going to be a relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, but probably because my Venus is in the 8th house along with my North Node right there. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There's so many amazing, talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch, okay? So many major arcana, guys, like seriously, in your overall challenge, in your overall energy. And you know what? When I was pre-shuffling for you guys, actually the Strength card popped out. And I feel like in the past few weeks, and even in the few weeks to come, like 1 to 2 weeks from now, your biggest lesson is always going to be about the Strength card itself, which is about patience. Because I understand being a Gemini, because I have a mother who is a Gemini and all of my family members as a Gemini. I'm going to give you an example, yeah? So my mother would rather take a route who is circling around the destination rather than being stuck in the traffic for an hour. Like, she doesn't care if we're, the process of us, the time that it takes for us to circle around is similar to us being stuck in a traffic, but she would rather go to that route because she so hates being stuck in a traffic. And I feel you, Mom. I'm Sagittarius myself, yeah? But sometimes there has to be a time in life where we need to just like chill, to exercise like a little bit of a patience. Well, maybe sometimes idleness is necessary. Well, maybe sometimes the lack of clarity, the lack of information, the lack of progress is necessary so that we allow Death card to actually be in a preposition, because right now you guys are having it in a reverse position. So there is a transformation that has to happen, but because it takes a very long time, you guys became so impatient about it. It's like, yeah, fuck it. I don't care about being spiritual any longer. I don't care being my higher self any longer. I don't care being like this. I'm so done. I'm so not patient about it. But it takes time, you know what I mean? Like, it really does take time. And right now you guys are having like the Emperor card in reverse, so you're not up for any type of bullshit right now. I think you guys are so much focused on your independence, on your freedom, on your money. You're really enjoying that factor where it comes to a one-on-one or interpersonal type of a relationship. You guys are lacking patience in that department, yeah? So what's challenging this relationship? I mean, you guys are very masculine, with that Emperor card in reverse. So it's like a very like card, whereas the lesson is actually the Strength card. So try to be just a little bit patient. Maybe the period of lack of clarity is necessary. So what? So why, Anisa? Because your overall challenge, you have the Hermit card. So this is what you guys are being led to become, to understand yourself. So you could probably be looking into astrology more, or psychology more, or spirituality more, or your religious side more, just to understand yourself, just to have that one-on-one intrapersonal communication with you, to be mindful of you, to not have your brain go 180 miles per hour. Isn't it exhausting, Gemini? You know what I mean? Like, it could be kind of like exhausting. So now, like, the universe is just kind of like trying to say, well, slow down, honey. Because here's the thing. When you're traveling in a highway and you're going 180 miles per hour, you're looking focused straight ahead. You don't have a time to actually enjoy the scenery. Yeah. But if you actually slow down just a little bit, probably to 60 or maybe 40, yes, it takes you slower to get there, but you're enjoying, you're being mindful, you're being present, and be much more present. I feel like that is going to be very rewarding for you, not only in terms of relationship, but it also talks about it, but also in terms of your relationship with yourself. Yeah. And the second challenge that we have here is the Five of Wands. And I know it's getting really, really general, but I'm getting there, guys, okay? But anyway, the second challenge is the Five of Wands in terms of relationship. So Five of Wands talks about pride, competition. I am right. I am also right. I'm not going to be doing this first. I'm not going to be doing this first. It's your turn. The ball is in your court. Nah, the ball is in your court. Like that constant, I'm not going to be doing it because of that masculine energy. It is just not coming from you because, and again, the Five of Wands, especially in this particular deck of mine, it's two parties doing these things, all right? So, lima kartu masalah dulu. Chariot card, Ten of Wands in reverse. Eight of Swords. All right, so in the past, you had to let go of something like a burden that has been haunting you a lot, which is the Eight of Swords. You feel the need to let go of that. So it could be a relationship, or it could literally be that you don't want to be focusing on that any longer because it does nothing but just weigh you down or drains you down. So the other person actually has a Two of Swords and then the Nine of Swords in reverse. So when I try to clarify what this means is they have the Sun card and also the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So in the past, you were dealing with somebody who has like a lot to juggle. They were being very, very busy with the Two of Pentacles. It seems like they're just kind of like, they're trying to figure things out because that's what the Two of Pentacles actually truly talks about. They're trying to figure things out. How do I balance between this and this? Yeah, they were kind of like been dealing with a very, very pressing matter. It could be with a financial thing, or it could be with their children. It could be with their families or what have you. But it's very, very pressing and they try to balance it out all together. Whereas all the same time, the universe is kind of like guiding them to take care about themselves more. So they were busy with those type of thing. And you feel like you're kind of like being neglected in some ways. And you feel like this person is being indecisive. And it's true though. Like they were in a period where they cannot make a decision about anything. They cannot make a decision about you. They cannot make a decision about their career. They cannot make a decision about their family or what have you because they're so busy with juggling things. To some Geminis out there, especially if you're still in a dating phase, there is a high tendency that they're also busy juggling other people. So that's why they were in a period where they were the Two of Swords. And why are they doing this? Is because they have been in a tight place for quite a while. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, they have just been exiting a terrible relationship. And what they say to you, I mean, they were like the Chariot card. So they kind of like were after you, like really, really masculine way. But the truth of the matter is how they feel inside of you is they're pretty indecisive because they're still getting out of a period of hurt. They're still getting out of a period where either they just exit an abusive relationship, or they had a very, very terrible 1 year in terms of career or what have you, and then now like they're ready to enter a dating scene and they're kind of like being amazed with the plethora of options that they actually have. Yeah, so that's for some Geminis out there. I think I have to say that because it's obviously there. All right, terima kasih masa sekarang. So now they have the Temperance card. I mean, they're still in the same state as they were in the past, but just kind of like quite different. In the past, they were trying so hard to try to master things, try to balance things out, whereas now everything is going much more stable and they're kind of like going with the flow with that, yeah? And you're not interested. You're just not interested because you have the Nine of Wands. Like, I cannot just go with the flow with things. I want you to be doing something about it. I want you to do me as if like I'm a priority for you. I cannot deal with you being so detached about it. I cannot deal with your expansive nature, your aspirations almost, you know what I mean? Like, because for some of you, you might be dealing with somebody who has like so many interests at once. Like today, this person is into Taoism, yeah? And then they jump themselves to that Tao community. And after that, like 1 month later, they're so much interested in astrology and they're jumping themselves into that. And you cannot take it any longer. Like, oh my God, like, can you make a decision? What is it that you want to actually to be pursuing? Do you want to be pursuing your aspirations? I mean, you guys are pretty understanding, you know, if they have like a certain family matters, you guys are understanding about that. But like sometimes you want to be prioritized and you want to be understood. You want to be heard. You want to be the one who shines right now. And it's just something that you cannot see happening with this person. That is why you guys are like the 9 of Wands. So you're kind of like pushing them away and taking your emotions in the back here. So whoever it is that they're dealing right now, they're dealing with the puppet. And even if you guys are in no contact, you're not really being vulnerable in your social media. I mean, if they follow you on your social media, like you're not really saying how hurt you were, how pissed off you are, how and everything like that. You really are not showing your emotions, yeah. But you're curious because you're a Gemini, right? Like high five, Gemini. Me too. I don't have many Gemini placement, but being Sagittarius, I'm always curious what they're up to. So sometimes you're kind of like looking, like what is this person up to and all that stuff. And sometimes Temperance card has a tendency to come back like nothing happened. Especially if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. Because Temperance card is a Sagittarius card. And not kind of like relate to that, you know, coming back to somebody like nothing happened. exposed. But this person, actually, if you're dealing with one person, this person is the Queen of Chalices. So this person does have still a huge feeling for you. Queen of Chalices is a very, very receptive type of feeling, but the way that they act upon it, like you cannot really see it because there's this type of detached quality that they have that you cannot really see. That does this person love me or does this person doesn't love me? So you're kind of like quite anxious and also, you know, trust issues about it, and you're kind of like curious about this person as well. But again, you know, Temperance card, Queen of Chalices is not an active card, so there is no action that is being taken. It's much more receptive, and it's not a very taking energy though, because if you talk to them, they would actually listen to you. Yeah, they care in a small little ways, like when you guys are sick, they're going to pamper you or they're going to take after you and everything like that. If you guys are in a period of no communication, is again like they are hopeful, they think about you in an emotional sense, but again, no action is being taken right now. And I feel like with this person, you guys are kind of like pushing them away. Ay, makatuma sa depan. Don't freak out if you heard me muttering Indonesian words. It's just me asking my cards, like 5 cards now, 5 cards present, 5 cards future. Yeah, this person is going to come about. Okay, so if you're dealing with one person, we're going to get into your two people scenarios after this, yeah? But if you're dealing with one person, this person is going to come about. Ace of Wands and also the Judgment card. So, but again, Ace of Wands is a consistent type of card, because it needs like a lot of air. It needs like a lot of, like for me, it's just somebody who is testing something. Like, hi, how are you doing? Like just testing, like if you're still interested or not. If because they also feel like a little bit of a rejection, because Queen of Chalices, again, it's a very, very receptive, is a very, very sensitive type of characteristic for me. So that's why in the future they're going to be coming to you, but then it's going to be something that is very, very like, it's just like testing, you know what I mean? And why are they doing that? Is because it's either in the brink of full moon, but it's just like the planetary alignment kind of like forces them to do that. And they're just kind of like listening to their hunch. Okay, you know what, let's do it. So it's just like an impulse that is coming in for them. Like, you know what, let's just do it for them. You know, for Gemini and everything like that. Are you going to be happy about it? Yes. Because you're going to be showing your Empress card. So you feel like, okay, here you go. My period of waiting is over. Like, because you have the Princess of Wands in reverse here. So, okay, my period of waiting is over and everything like that. And you're going to be very, very Venusian, you know. Like you're going to be entertaining them a little bit, but in terms of the heart, because of due to what happened in the past, I feel like you guys are going to be much more Ace of Swords, you know what I mean? Like you're going to be thinking about it, you're going to be contemplating on it, not allowing your emotions to flow through and all that stuff. By the way, nothing. But anyway, so that's that. So they're going to come about, they're going to try to come correct. But again, it's going to be not so obvious. It's just maybe like a one-liner, like, hi, how are you doing? Or just trying to initiate a conversation, or just trying to, you know, ask you out or whatever. But it's not going to be apparent. It kind of like depends on you whether you actually want to participate or not. Like they're waiting for your green light, all right? So that's if you're only dating with one person and you feel like you still kind of like want to sticking around with that person. But if you're dealing with one person and then you want to find somebody new and you're actively seeking, I feel like there's going to be somebody in your life that is much more of an ace of Right. I feel like if you guys are single and then in the next 1 to 2 weeks to come, I don't feel like, again, as I said, you know, in the beginning when I said strength card, probably it's a good time to you to not really focus on love and relationship for a while, because in the future there's going to be somebody who is coming in your way with an ace of wands type of attitudes. It's going to be a very, very hot beginning. You'll like how they like you. You'll like how they, it's a very, very fiery type of approach that they have right over here. And they're going to be talking so beautifully and everything like that. And you're going to be presenting yourself as the Empress card. So you're going to be trying to entertain them. You're going to do like your active services to them and everything like that. You like the mental connection that is established with this person and everything like that. But again, this person is not really good, so just be wary if you meet somebody in 1 to 2 weeks from now. Like kind of like manage your expectations, all right? Especially if that person is a Pisces or a Capricorn or an air sign. Fire, maybe. I think it's much more, I think the fire is going to be their placement, but I feel like their sun is going to be much more like Pisces, Capricorn, or air signs, and they would have fire moon or fire Venus or fire Mars. All right, so be wary of that. If you're dating somebody, ask their birth chart. I always do that now. Right, so that's it if you're only dating one person. And if you're dealing with one person, you're reading end here. But if you're dealing with two people, here's your scenario. But anyway, if you're dealing with two people, the first portion of the reading was focusing on the person that you're much focused on, all right? And now it's going to be the scenario of the past, present, and future. So if you're dealing with two people, I feel like in the past you guys are so focused on person A, yeah? Yeah, I feel like you guys are so much nah, nah. You're focused on person B, and then you're also focused on person A. Who are you dealing with, Gemini? Okay, so person A is somebody who you let go a long time ago, like ancient times ago, and suddenly, all of a sudden, this person act like nothing happened, and they show up in your life for some reason. Like, I don't know how. Like, you probably be meeting them in a event or whatever, and then they're just kind of like pop out like nothing happened, and then you're just like done with that energy. You're like the Nine of Wands, like you want nothing to do with it. Yeah. And then person B is the person who kind of like caused you headache too. And then with this person, you kind of like feel this person is very charming. This person understands you and everything like that. And you try to stalk them or observe of them and everything like that. But I feel like, ini maksudnya apa sih judgment card ini? But I feel like with the person B, you're really going to stop waiting on them anyway, because this person is very, very receptive. This person is not taking that masculine approach. Although in the past they were taking that masculine approach, but then now person B is no longer taking a masculine approach, and in the future you guys are done waiting for them. Again, I feel like even if you guys are dealing with two people, there's going to be a newer person coming in your way. I feel like when you really want to be focusing on yourself, your freedom, your independence, and everything like that, that's like the best approach to take, Gemini, because not to be doom and gloom in here, but seeing this card, 1 to 2 weeks from now, I would manage my expectations if I were you. Yeah? I would kind of like, I don't know. Yeah? All right. So, I think that's it for my reading for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Actually, I think I'm going to be uploading on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know, for your another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye. I love you. Have a great week.